My name is Hayley, and I am going through a bit of a reading slump. I used to be an avid reader until I had my son last year in 2024, and ever since then I have just lost my love for reading. I downloaded Fourth Wing, I would say about 3-4 weeks ago. Haven't really been able to start reading it, so I thought I would play a game, and I want to bring y'all with me on that game. Basically what I did was I went on TikTok and I found pretty vague spoilers, I guess, for Fourth Wing, and I'm putting together my own summary of what I think is going to happen, and then I'm going to read the book and see how well I do. I do have some game rules. No looking at comments. Whatever video I'm on, I cannot look at any comments. No videos with quotes or pages from the actual book. I feel like that's a little bit too head-on. Hey, sweetheart. No video on book reviews. That's gonna give a little bit too much away. I'm going for vague here. Basically, I only looked at videos that were tagged hashtag Fourth Wing memes. So basically just meme videos about Fourth Wing. I had a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. I took a lot of notes, color-coded. Obviously, I'm a color-coded girly. First, I'm gonna read kind of what I gathered from the TikToks that I watched, and then at the end I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna kind of give my full summary on what I think is going to happen, and I'm gonna take a day or two to read the book. Here we go. So we're gonna start with Violet. Obviously, she's the main character. She was supposed to be a scribe like her mother, but wanted to be a dragon rider instead. She has to bond with a dragon, but what I've gathered is that no dragon wants to bond with her, period. So that leads me to think that she has either bribed, blackmailed, or steals a dragon. I saw in there that she is a dragon rider, so she had to acquire a dragon somehow. Those are the 3 ways I'm thinking that she does it. I could be wrong, I don't know. Also, she poisons people. That's all it says. No other context. Then we have Xaden. Xaden, in my eyes, is the love main interest to Violet, and I would assume the second main character of the book. He has a lot of fangirls on TikTok, so that's a good sign. That's how you know he's probably the main love interest. He wanted to kill Violet when they first met, so possibly an enemies to lovers. He hates Dane. He fucking hates Dane. I wrote that verbatim because that's all I fucking see. And then we have Dane. Speaking of Dane, I saw TikToks where they kiss and that he touches her face a lot. So my theory is that Violet is Dane's girlfriend in the beginning of the book. So they're already together in the beginning. Somehow Violet leaves Dane for Xaden, and then Dane wants to get Violet back. So that's why he's an annoying little baby bitch. Dane can also read minds, so like a shittier, more annoying Edward Cullen. Going off of the Dane and Violet kiss, I wonder if this is also a love triangle where she kind of breaks up with Dane, goes for Xaden, but she's conflicted. She likes both of them. Again, with the Twilight, maybe it's one of those love triangles where she's like, I love you both. Then we have Taryn, the dragon who has a baby. That's the dragon that's bonded to Violet. My thought process is Taryn only bonded with Violet because maybe she wanted the baby dragon to come along with the flying. I don't fucking know. Listen, there wasn't a lot. Taryn hates Violet. Violet annoys the fuck out of Taryn. So why he agreed to let her ride him is beyond me. I don't know. We are back with the blackmail theory or the bribing theory. I think stealing is out, and I say that because in the memes that I'm seeing, he's a big fucking dragon. So I don't think stealing is the appropriate thing. So we are down to bribes or blackmail because stealing isn't there. Stealing is off the table. Taryn is also a very old dragon. From what I gathered, he has fought in a war before. I don't know how old he is. It just says he's old and that he is a former war dragon or something like that. And he wears a baby in his chest when he flies. I don't know the baby dragon's name. Maybe it's Andarna. And then we have Garrick, Liam, and Mira. They are friends, I'm assuming. I didn't really get too much from them. I have seen that Garrick is a hype man and Liam is a hype man as well. I do also know that Liam dies trying to save Violet with ice powers. I don't know if maybe Liam is like her brother or just a really good friend. Then we have honorary mentions. These are names that I saw with like no context. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. They're just in random memes, but there's no other context. We have Imogen, Riddick, Rhiannon, and Sawyer. Honorary mentions. We love you. I didn't see anything about you in the memes. And then there are signets, and those are supposedly powers. So like abilities, like Liam's is ice. And then Rhiannon and Garrick are together. I hope I'm right about that because I saw a meme where they're just like so cute together, checking each other out. I think they're together. Now there's a villain of the story. I only have one villain, a guy named Brennan. Brennan is the villain. From what I was able to gather, Violet and Xaden kill Brennan, but he comes back to life at the very end of the book, like rises from the fucking ashes, and he's like, I'm back, bitches. So that is everything that I basically gathered from the hashtag Fourth Wing memes off of TikTok. So now I'm gonna read my summary. My summary is not as fancy. Violet's mother was a scribe, and she wants Violet to be a scribe as well. Violet says, fuck you, I want to be a dragon rider. So she sneaks off to go to dragon riding school, where she realizes that no dragons want to bond with her. She meets Taryn and she bribes him, I don't know with what, and basically Taryn's like, I come with a son, so if you get me, you get both. So then she has two dragons, but she really only rides Taryn, who is an old war dragon, massive, right? And everyone's jealous of her because she has an ancient war dragon. Violet meets Xaden, who immediately tries to kill her, and later Violet ends up breaking up with Dane for Xaden. Dane is very upset about this, tries to win her back. I'm assuming it's a love triangle situation. So later on, Violet and Xaden are ridiculed because they have a forbidden romance. Not everyone really wants them together. And Xaden did try to kill Violet, so maybe her friends are kind of like, maybe you shouldn't be with him. You know what I mean? In the midst of all of this, a guy named Brennan is jealous and wants to take Violet's dragon from her because he's like, I got a shitty dragon, I want your dragon. I don't know, they're already bonded. Maybe there's a thing where you can like break a bond, like if you kill Violet, the bond's broken. So his main goal is to kill Violet so that he can bond with Taryn and then have the big bad dragon. He basically goes and he fights Violet. Of course, you know, Xaden is going to be there as well, fighting alongside Violet. Brennan goes to kill Violet. Liam steps in, intervenes, uses his ice powers to save her life, dies in the process. My theory is that once that happens, Violet gets really pissed off and then goes to kill Brennan. And then later at the end of the book, I'm thinking like the last page or something, Brennan just rises up from the grave or just comes back to life. I'm not really sure how. And he's like, I'm back, bitches. And then the end of the book is Brennan obviously alive and then plotting again to take Violet's dragon. That's how I think the book is going to go. I can't get really big into summary details because they're very vague. Everything's very vague. I think that's the fun of it. And that's why I chose to do the memes only. I originally looked at a few videos on the hashtag Fourth Wing spoilers. They're just a little bit too like straight to the point, and I just wanted this to be as vague as possible. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn off my notifications because I know Fourth Wing is pretty popular, which is why I've been wanting to read it. I've really been wanting to get back into that love of like fantasy reading and possibly even doing book reviews because as a new mom, I just want something for myself and I want this to be it. So I might, you know, have some fun with it. I'm not trying to get direct spoilers from you bitches. You're gonna come in and you're gonna comment and be like, wait till she finds out this, wait till she realizes this. I know, so I'm turning off my notifications, but I'll be back. My goal is to read this book and to have a review slash how I did on my summary within about 2 days. So I'm gonna read the book. I'm going to film a new video. I think what's funny to me is y'all are gonna know, people that are really like into the books of like Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Thorn, y'all are gonna have the best time just figuring out how well I did at this moment that you're watching this video. So, you know, hope I did well. This is pretty fun. I will be back. I'm back. If you're like, Hayley, your hair is different. Yeah, I got my bangs cut and it's also been about 3 weeks. I read Fourth Wing and then my 12-month-old got flu A and COVID and then I got flu A. And if you've ever had flu A, you just want to fucking die. My life's getting somewhat back on track, so I thought I'd come back and film the part 2 of what I realized I got wrong from the Fourth Wing memes that I looked up. And I would say what I got right, but I don't think I got a single thing right, if I'm being blatantly honest. I'm going to go over what I got wrong, basically, and then what I thought of Fourth Wing. I know that part 1 is connected to this video. It's been 3 weeks for me. I have the paper of everything that I've guessed, but I forgot everything that I guessed. So I'm gonna be reading off of this and answering if I got it right or wrong. The first predictions were with Violet. The first one I said was she was supposed to be a scribe like her mother, but wanted to be a dragon rider instead. I got that wrong. Within the first like 3 pages, I realized I got that wrong. Her mother is a dragon rider and the father is a scribe. She has been trained all of her life to be a scribe and her mom is making her be a dragon rider, which she doesn't want to be. She wants to be a scribe. I got that wrong off the rip. It's all right, it's whatever. This was all part of the game. The second thing was that you have to bond with a dragon, but no dragon will bond with her. I got the first half of that right. You do have to bond with a dragon, but obviously Taryn wanted to bond with her, so she does get a dragon. It's not like no dragon wanted to bond with her. She doesn't bribe him, she doesn't blackmail him, and she doesn't steal him. I got all 3 of those wrong. He willingly wanted to bond with her because she saved Andarna, the gorgeous little baby golden dragon. The third thing I put was that she poisons people. I'm giving myself a point for that. These are all imaginary points. I'm giving myself a point for that because I was right. She did poison people. The memes did pretty much say it verbatim, like, oh, like Violet's opponents when she poisons them. Next up, we have Xaden's predictions. Xaden, I put that he seemed to be the main love interest, which I was correct. Fuck Dane. Apparently, I put he wanted to kill Violet when they first met. Is this enemies to lovers? I was correct with the enemies to lovers. He didn't want to kill her when they first met. He was just surprised on who she was and why she was becoming a dragon rider. Because if you've gone into Iron Flame already, if you haven't, you should mute this part. It's a spoiler that he basically swore to protect her. He swore to her mom to protect her. The last thing I put for Xaden as a prediction was that he hates Dane. He fucking hates Dane. And I was right on that as well. For Dane, my guesses were that he is Violet's boyfriend in the beginning of the book. Got that wrong. He's more the annoying brother. I wouldn't even say he's an annoying brother. He's just an annoying piece of shit. I have older brothers and Dane does not give older brother vibes to me. I'm so sorry. My brothers would never see me as a fragile little thing that could get hurt. They're the ones that are asking me to go do stupid shit with them to get hurt. For anyone going, oh, Dane's just a big brother. No, he's not. No, he's not. You probably don't have brothers. He's not. Along with the prediction of Dane being Violet's boyfriend in the beginning of the book, I also said that I thought Violet was gonna break up with Dane for Xaden and that Dane wants her back and that he touches her face a lot because he loves her. I was so wrong. They weren't dating in the beginning, obviously. Violet leaves Dane's friendship and starts hanging out with Xaden, who she has a crush on. She never leaves Dane relationship-wise. Dane does try to get her back as a friend, but he also does love her. So I think he's jealous that she's with Xaden and he wants her to himself. With the face touching thing, I thought it was because he liked her. He can see memories, motherfuckers, My prediction after this was that he can read minds, and I was wrong. He can't read minds. I thought it was some Edward Cullen shit, you know, where he could be in the same room and like listen to someone's thoughts. If you can hear someone's thoughts, you're dead in like 5 seconds. They'll make sure of that. So Dane can see memories, and he is essentially a weapon. Dane and Violet do kiss. Once her dragons are announced, Dane comes up and he kisses her, and I'm so glad that she feels nothing from it, because that's everything that he deserves. He kisses her, she's like, oh shit, I don't like this at all. That made me a little bit happy. I also had a guess that Dane is afraid of lightning. I don't know, probably at this point. It doesn't really say if he's not, so I'm not gonna give myself a point, but I'm not gonna count that wrong. Taryn, I put that he is Violet's dragon that she bribed. Wrong. He hates Violet, and Violet annoys Taryn. That's half right. He doesn't hate Violet, but Violet does annoy the living shit out of Taryn. I also put that Taryn has a son, a golden dragon. No, the golden dragon is Andarna, and Andarna is an orphan dragon, not Taryn's. I also had that Garrick, Liam, and Mira are Violet's friends, and that Liam dies saving Violet. Liam does die saving Violet. Do I think Liam deserved to die for Violet? No. Garrick and Liam are Violet's friends. Mira is her sister. I don't know where I went wrong with that. Nothing like blatantly said her sister, so I just thought they were like really good friends. For honorary mentions, I had Imogen, Riddick, Rhiannon, and Sawyer. I don't know how the hell I did not get that Riddick and Rhiannon were her best friends. They're everywhere now. Every post I see about Fourth Wing, they're in those bitches. But for like the memes that I was trying to base my data on, I didn't see shit. They were like kind of here and there, but there was nothing else to them. For extras, I put signets are powers. I was right on that one. I put that I think everyone has them. Everyone that has a dragon has them. So like the healers, the scribes, they don't have those. Everyone loves Andarna. Who is she? Question mark. Baby? Question mark. So after I thought she was a he, I put that she was a she in a different section. I didn't even notice that till just now. I think everyone loves Andarna, unless you have like authority issues. I don't know. I feel like Andarna stands on business, especially when she goes through her long sleep. She stands on fucking business. I love Andarna. I also put that I think Rhiannon and Garrick are together. I don't know what meme I saw that hinted me towards that, but I do remember really thinking that they were together. I think Imogen and Garrick are even cuter, so I'm not mad about that prediction being wrong. I also want to apologize for all of the Brennan girlies. I did put as my last prediction that Brennan is the villain and that he dies and then he comes back to life in the end. Technically, he did die. Is he the villain? No. I didn't have a villain when I was seeing all the memes. There wasn't like just anyone mentioned. No one being like defeated, no one like hurting her. The only thing I could see was that a guy named Brennan was killed and came back to life, and that Violet was shocked. And all I could think of was, I got nothing else, he's gotta be the villain. I do remember like one page in, I was like, shit, that's her brother. And then I was like, oh my God, her brother's the villain. And at the end of the book, I was like, well, fuck, like, goddamn. It's time to judge this thing. I liked Fourth Wing. I think out of 10 stars, I'd give it about 7. I think the world building was really good. I really liked the diversity of their characters and just all of their personalities. I loved that sign language was brought into this. I took sign language in college. My mom does interpreting. My little sister is going to school for interpreting. I've been to deaf events. So to see sign language like brought into this book just made my entire year. It was so cool. I really kind of loved everything about it. I think within Fourth Wing, Imogen and Rhiannon were my 2 favorite friends that she has, even though y'all can argue that Imogen wasn't really like her friend, but they were friends nonetheless. I really love Xaden. Taryn is my favorite character overall. It's not Violet, it's not Dane, it's not Xaden, it's Taryn. I'm sorry. And then a little bit further in Iron Flame, Andarna is like really fucking up there, you know? I really, really loved just the plot of the book as well. There was one thing that I really didn't like about the book, and it's not anything that would make me like stop reading it or not enjoy it. I think the writing is choppy. When I was reading the book, I was thinking Wattpad. I was thinking like, and not in terms of the plot, not in terms of the characters, in terms of how the writing was going. I did already read Iron Flame. My son got sick before I got sick, so of course I was reading my book while I was like rocking him to sleep, and when I finished Fourth Wing, I started Iron Flame. If y'all would like, I can do a review on Iron Flame. I will not be reading Onyx Storm because I've seen the trauma that it's caused people, and I would just much rather wait until the fourth book comes out and then I'll read Onyx Storm, because I don't like those kinds of cliffhangers. I'm too depressed for those kinds of cliffhangers. I'm just looking for some happy romance, and I'm kind of finding out that Fourth Wing is like not the happy romance I was looking for. It's happening in like the first two books. I will not be picking up Onyx Storm until the fourth book comes out. If you liked this guessing game that I did, I'm thinking about doing it with A Court of Thorn and Roses. I think all of the books are a series or they're standalone. I haven't really like pieced that together. But if you would like me to do it for A Court of Thorn and Roses, let me know, because I think it would be so much fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Fourth Wing, because I'm really curious. I've seen a lot of good things and I've seen a lot of bad things that people don't like about it. I'm kind of more on the I like it side, so let me know what you thought.